I've questioned decisions, I've questioned tactics, I've questioned players' desire over this season and last season, and that win is massive. I think with Harry, I would really struggle to dealt with what he's been through. You know, he was a meme. It was completely unfair and it was bullying. He was getting, bullied. I wouldn't play Isak on performances, and he doesn't deserve to be playing.
Well, it's happened. Two very happy people. I'm pretty happy as well because you guys are happy on this show.
Yeah, never in doubt. Never in doubt.
You said it, then you backtracked last week, and now you're full of the joys of spring.
I said it. I didn't backtrack. I just said it was. I said it was a good time to face him. I didn't think we'd win.
I was worried. I was worried, to be honest. But you know what? I thought fair play to the manager, because I think he got his tactics absolutely spot on. And I think bringing Harry Maguire in, I don't know whether that was through injury or had to, and I said it a few weeks ago, and he's such an important player for Manchester United. I know he got the winning goal, but his leadership qualities at Anfield, experience, it was 100% the right decision, and massive call from him, and tactically I thought Man United was spot on today.
Do you agree, Kay?
Yeah, I think he did. To his credit, Ruben Amorim has got a win at Anfield on his CV, and that's going to do him the world of good going forward as well. I feel like Luke Shaw had a good game as well. He was tracking his runners and stuff. I was really impressed with him. When he's fit, Luke Shaw is a great player, but it's just the fitness element of it that's an issue with it. And it was great to see a goal for Mbeumo. I think the fact that we didn't have an out-and-out striker starting at first really confused Van Dijk and their defence. He kept getting dragged out wide. One of his strengths is his positioning, but it felt like where you had Kerkez dealing with, I think it was Ahmad, like he didn't know who to go to at any point in time. And yeah, it was great. It was great to watch.
I thought Van Dijk, for the first goal, I thought he was really at fault. It was similar to the goal against Chelsea, where he's gone for the initial header, and I think he's gone into the back of McAllister, and then he didn't switch on quick enough. And then Mbeumo, I think he was five yards ahead of Mbeumo, and he switched off, and then Mbeumo's gone in behind him, and we've seen that a lot this season from him. And I don't know if it's a bit of complacency after winning the Premier League title last season, or what that is, but it's not something you really associate with Van Dijk, and I think it's a few times this season now, so I think that's a bit of a concern for Liverpool. But take nothing away from Man United, I think positionally, as you said then, Ahmed was causing problems. He was always in between, so Liverpool didn't know who to pick him up, and I thought, as I said, tactically, with going with no striker, it really worked and caused Liverpool big problems.
Yeah, talk me through that goal, Wayne, and what you liked about it from Mbeumo, because it did feel, obviously it was important, but given where he is in his Manchester United career as well. Yeah,
well, I think initially he's sandwiched in between McAllister and Van Dijk, and Van Dijk comes through the back of him and hits Mbeumo, he hits McAllister, but what we've seen is a great reaction. He got up, seen the ball had gone out wide, and he reacted and ran forward, and sometimes that sounds simple, but that's such a big attribute to have. He just ran forward in a straight line, and Van Dijk didn't. He switched off, and it was a great pass. Ahmed played the pass, great pass, and a lovely finish from him. So for me, he's been Man United's standout player all season, and he hasn't got his reward for his hard work and his sacrifice he's done for the team throughout the season. But I thought it was a great goal, and I'll be honest, I was a bit sceptical when Manchester United signed him. I didn't know whether he had the ability to come play for Man United, but he's proved me wrong, and I think he's been a great addition to the team, and by far Man United's best player this season.
Yeah, whatever he does now in a United shirt, Kay, doesn't matter, does it? Because he scored against Liverpool.
well, do you know what as well, though? The thing is, when you've got a player that's got that level of tenacity and never say die and runs after loose balls and keeps running and does what you need, for a Manchester United player, that should be the absolute bare minimum. Running around and showing that you care should be the absolute minimum, and he does that in abundance. And he's got a level of quality as well. You saw last season with the level of assists and goals he has, and now he's starting to put numbers on the board for United as well. Like, I think he's going to be a fan favourite very soon.
Yeah, that's such a huge win, I think, for the manager, and listen, I've been one of them. I've questioned decisions, I've questioned tactics, I've questioned players' desire over this season and last season, and that win is massive. To win at Anfield is not easy to do, and to go there and after international break, I think what the confidence that gives the players, the manager, and I'll be the first to say, you know what, he got it absolutely spot on. So and I just hope we see more of it. The way
I love the way Wayne's downplaying his excitement, because before we came on, he was like 2 points from Liverpool in the league.
No, it is. And listen,
I can't believe you haven't mentioned that already, to be honest.
Yeah, 2 points off Liverpool now, and but no, listen, I really liked the performance, and this so we know the players can do it. We have to see this on a consistent level, and if we don't, then that's why, like myself or other pundits, whatever, we ask questions. We know the players can do it now, so don't switch off. Let's see this again, and let's try and get that guy a haircut. What's his name? The guy who wants 5 wins in a row.
yeah.
That's what we need to see.
Yeah, he's not counting his chickens. It's first back-to-back wins for Amorim. But that in itself is big. It's another milestone that Manchester United have hit. A small one, albeit, but it's like small building blocks, Kay.
Yeah, look, back-to-back wins since not once have we had back-to-back wins since January, and that is massive. But doing it at Anfield, I think that's the significance. To go as a Manchester United manager and win at Anfield, it's like that's not easily done, by the way. Like Wayne will tell you that. That's like it's huge as well, and what it's going to do for morale as well. But my only big fear with this team is, and we saw it last season, is that with the big games, the players can get up for it. You saw it last season as well. When it was a bigger games, you did see performances like this. It's when it's against, not to be disrespectful, but lesser teams, where they sometimes switch off, or sometimes the intensity isn't there. They started the game with a lot of intensity today, and they kept that. And there were still a few mistakes, but I mean, by the way, I just want to say the goalkeeper as well. How great is it having a goalkeeper where you don't even worry about him making mistakes? It was just not, it was like you don't even talk about him, and it was like, that's what you should be thinking with a goalkeeper. I don't want to talk about the goalkeeper, but it's such a change because he's actually safe at the back, so it's helped as well. But I just hope that
I think that the level of concentration the players show today is what they need to show in every game. That's how you become you win things. That's how you become a good team, and you can't just switch it on at Anfield and then think, we're playing such a whoever at Old Trafford, and let's be expansive and open, and then get caught on the break and stuff. That level of concentration today is exactly what you need for every game. And if Man United do that, they have got good players. We know that. That's then become a good team. Then become hard to beat, and then you go and say to Cunha, to Mbeumo, and to Sesko, to them attacking lads, go and win us the game. Then that's why they get paid the most money. Go and win us the game. We'll keep us in the game. Go and win us the game. So I think it's a great start to this next phase. And it was 3 or 4 games before the next international break, which seems crazy. So the target now is, let's go into that international break unbeaten. Let's pick up points, and then if they do that, Man United are in a great position going into the run of 3 or 4 months you have before the next international break.
It's 3 fixtures before the next international break: Brighton at home, Nottingham Forest away, and Tottenham away. Manchester United, Ruben Amorim now, has to build on that, as Wayne said, and there's an opportunity there, isn't there? Because I'm not saying it won't mean anything, because it always means something to beat Liverpool, but it can't just be 2 wins in a row.
No, absolutely not. But I think it's what Wayne mentioned there as well. It's the consistency that we want to see, the consistent level of performances. We're not asking for 3 points every game out of that run of 4, but hopefully no losses. And we want to see that there's been changes, and we're building on what we've seen at Anfield today. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same as last season. But I'm actually feeling a little bit better than I have done in so many weeks where we've watched Manchester United, and that's a change. And I think when you're feeling positive like that, it's always a good thing. I didn't feel this positive after the Chelsea win, but today feels a little bit different, so I am happy.
You get down, and when in the last few years we spoke about it of being tough, and you want, like, as a United fan, you want them to do well, and I was in here getting ready to go and watch it with my children. I'm out in Dubai, sorry, in case anyone didn't know.
We should have talked about that at the top of the show, but we were all too excited about United.
I'm in Dubai with my family, but I'm getting ready. My 9-year-old asking me what kit Man United wearing, and he's putting his the white Man. I didn't actually know, so I took a gamble. I said, I think it will be the white one, and he's putting the white kit on, and them moments for kids, and they're amazing. That's what we want to see all the time, and I want to see Man United winning games, and then hopefully eventually be able to celebrate winning a major trophy. So today, I think, as Kay said, we're all feeling a lot more positive, and feeling better, and I hope the manager goes home, and I don't know if he likes a glass of wine or anything, but as his staff or his wife or whoever, and has a glass of wine, and probably says, no, all you pundits out there,
that was
this one's for you. I hope he does, because he deserves it after today's win. I think it's a massive win for him, and against Sunderland, people are talking if you lose the game, he might lose his job, and in fair play to him, he's stuck in and he's dug in there, and things seem a little bit better, so I'm really pleased for him.
If he doesn't drink, I don't know how he's got through the last year or so, because surely he's needed a few stiff drinks at times with some of the stuff that's come his way. Some of the Harry Maguire quotes, by the way, because I know both of you have spoken fondly about him. He spoke after the game and he said, it means everything. They'd had the better of us over the last few years, and it's not been good for our club. We've not given our fans enough days like today. So it's been a long time coming to this ground and picking up 3 points. It has been a long time, hasn't it, Wayne? You must remember the last time.
Yeah, lovely moments going at Anfield, always nice scoring the winners, but that has been too long. 2016, yeah. I seen a picture on Man United's Instagram today of that, like it surprised me, because I thought we had one there since then, but obviously not. So yeah, no, listen, Harry Maguire is, for me, today shows why he should be in the World Cup squad. And I really mean that. I think he's so important, and I heard Jimmy Floyd-Hasbank speaking about him, his leadership in that England squad, and how much of a leader he is, and players look up to him and stuff. And exactly the same Man United. He could have completely down-tooled and wanted to leave the football club when he got the armband taken off him, and that's not easy for any player. And just your self-pride is takes a massive hit when that happens, and for him to stick there and go and support Bruno as captain, and then not play every game, come on the last 10 minutes of games, and today come in and play really well again, and show that leadership, and and he's a threat as well. Set pieces are so important in football, so that's the reason I think for England I'd certainly take him for the World Cup for that reason. So I'm delighted for him, and he's right. I family Liverpool fans, a lot of friends who are Liverpool fans, to have that bragging right.
I was going to ask how Colleen was tonight.
She's okay. She's not too much, but I'm sure Jamie Webster, as we spoke to last time, is very down right now, so which I'm very pleased about.
He's not writing any songs tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Can I just ask you quickly, before we move on from Harry Maguire, I've spoken about it outwardly before, from covering England the last few years. I know he's not in the squad now and hasn't been for a little while, but I've grown really fond of him because he's always incredibly polite. It feels like with him, what you see is what you get. He's quite an honest lad. But what's he like from what you know of him? Because I know you know him well, and you know him off the pitch too, don't you?
Yeah, no, listen, he's a great lad, and
when you say great lad, what do you mean? Like, what's he like?
No, so listen, he's genuine, and he's honest and truthful, and up for a laugh at the right times as well. But I think with Harry, I would really struggle to have dealt with what he's been through. He was a meme for years. I think I seen in Parliament
it's horrible.
Over in Africa somewhere, where he's getting brought up in that, and they're laughing at him. So for him to have dealt with so much and what he's dealt with, he's incredibly strong-minded to be gone through that. Then, as I mentioned before, getting the armband taken off him, and people laughing at him, and you're like, this guy's been in World Cup teams of the tournament, and being incredible for England, being really good for Man United, and it was completely unfair, and it was bullying. He was getting bullied from all over the place, and for him to have dealt with that and got through it and stuck with it, you'd have to saying, you know what, that's a strong human being, and you know, and that's not nice for his family as well. I know his parents and his family. So for him to get through that and his family to get through that and come out the other side and show his ability and quality and strength, I couldn't be happier for him.
Kay, do Manchester United fans really appreciate him? Do they laugh? Do they understand how important he is, like Wayne's saying?
I think there was a period of time, I think, where everybody joined in on the bullying, unfortunately. But I think over the last couple of years, I know I myself, and I know there's a lot of other Man United fans that really, really love him now. I think when you see, I mean, all the things that Wayne mentioned, but when you see the resilience, when you see somebody that's got a love for the club as well, and he always shows up. He always shows up in the big moments and stuff as well. And listen, Harry Maguire in a back three, he's sublime. That honestly, like the way you've seen him play for England in a back three as well, he's brilliant. And I think the issue is we don't see Harry in the media a lot. And what I mean it's different when you're doing a post-match interview or whatever, but when he does like long form interviews, I think he did one with Rio, and I saw a different side to him, and there was like certain clips I saw that United put out on their social media channels of him interacting with like some children and stuff, and you saw a different side to him, and it really humanized him, I feel like, to a lot of fans as well, where you were like, oh, actually this is the mind state of the person that we have here, and he's a brilliant character, and it feels like he's the kind of person where you only realise how valuable he is once he's not at a club anymore.
I wonder if that there's a bit of that with England as well. I don't know. There's a lot said about Jordan Henderson being in the squad, but I do feel, I completely agree with Wayne. I would love to see Harry Maguire back in that squad. And that's enough waxing lyrical about Manchester United. I know neither of you particularly care what's going wrong with Liverpool, but Wayne, what do you think is going wrong with Liverpool? Because that's
everything.
Another defeat and a big one.
Complacency. Listen, I know how difficult it is. I've been in teams who have won back-to-back Premier Leagues. I think we won 3 in a row. Premier League titles, and it's very difficult, and I think they've got a bit complacent. I think there was a lot on Salah, Van Dijk and Trent, I think, which took up a lot of energy from a lot of people at Liverpool, and I think they're missing Trent enormously. And I think the new players coming into the football, going into Liverpool, now Liverpool, in my opinion, is not as big as Manchester United, but they're a massive club around the world, and for players going into, like for Kerkez going in from Bournemouth, and Isak going in from Newcastle, and the players they've brought in, they're struggling, and the best player the best performing player for them is Ekitike, and I think they're really struggling. I think there's a massive challenge to the manager, and I spoke about Amorim. I think for Arne Slot, you forget he's won the Premier League, but he's still quite young. He's still only 46 years of age, and he's still quite young. And I think this is the first time he's lost 4 games in a row in his career. Well, it was the first time he'd lost 3 games in a row in his career, and you're just starting to see, you know, I seen today he's arguing with the officials on the touchline. I haven't seen that before from him, and you're starting to see things unfold, which, you know, shows that there's pressure there. And I think for Arne Slot, I've met him, and I think he was an absolutely lovely man when I spoke to him. And this was the one question, and I'm not speaking out of turn here, that all Liverpool fans had, I know this firsthand, is he's not Jurgen Klopp. He hasn't got the charisma, he hasn't got the connection with Liverpool fans that Jurgen Klopp had. So unless they're winning, when they're going through a run like this, there's going to be questions. Even though they've won the Premier League, I know, and it's crazy, they shouldn't be there, but I know that there will be questions. So they're in a place now, and after the international break, come back and losing to Man United at Anfield, that's going to be a tricky next few days for them. Back at Melwood, is it, or over in Kirby? I don't know. Back at the train ride.
What do you see when you're watching Liverpool at the moment as a fan, Kay? What feels like it's changed for you?
I don't think they've performed well all season. I I haven't been impressed with him all season. But listen, having that many changes in your squad over the summer is going to be hard to get them all to gel together. But I think Wayne said that they're missing Trent, and I fully believe they are as well, because now I think they've become a bit more predictable in the way they play. And you haven't got somebody like Trent with those line-breaking passes, crosses from deep as well, to sort of surprise other teams as well. And I think last season they were everything was going through Salah. Salah was the main man, and I think part of management is obviously man management. It's not just coaching; it's man management. It's managing all those egos in a squad. Now you've got a lad that's come in, Ekitike, who's been doing incredibly well. But obviously you've just signed Alexander Isak for over 100 million, so you can't not play him as well. And it almost feels like
yeah, but that's where good players can play together. I had it with Tevez. Good players can play together, and they spent 70 million on Ekitike. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you had the best man manager in the game.
Yeah, but once you get on that pitch, it doesn't matter. You figure it out and you play alongside each other, and that's where, for whatever reason, now it's almost like a crime to play two centre forwards. Ekitike is a number 10, really. He's a number 10 who can score goals, who can entertain fans, and so why can you not play him?
But Wayne, Ekitike's been doing so well. Wouldn't you just play him?
Oh, 100%. I wouldn't play Isak. Isak hasn't looked ready since he come from Newcastle, and that.
Why do you think that is, Wayne?
Because he hasn't trained. He hasn't had a pre-season. People talk about it. It's so important. He hasn't had pre-season. While Newcastle were training, he's probably sat at home on the phone for 6 hours a day to his agent, trying to get out and trying to force him to move out, and he's paying the price for it now. And it's so difficult when you don't have that pre-season. It's so and yeah, he might have done runs and done stuff by himself, and he's paying the price for it. And he, on performances, and he doesn't deserve to be playing ahead of Ekitike. No chance.
Could there be a case of it's obviously a massive move? Do you think he's kind of been a bit overawed by the move, or is his confidence just low? Do you think that could be playing a part?
Yeah, well, you've seen chances he had today. If that was at Newcastle last season, he scores, and I think there's no doubt about that. And the problem you have when you haven't scored, and there is pressure. I know he scored in the cup, but there's pressure. The Liverpool fans do put pressure on you as well, and they do support the players as well. I know that firsthand, but when them chances, he wouldn't even think of. So now he goes through, and you're seeing him, and it might sound a bit to people who haven't been in that position. When players go through, when they're not even thinking, they just take the shot and score. When he's going through now, he's thinking, because he's worried. He's trying to be too precise. He's trying to hit it right in the corner, and because his confidence is low, and that's what's happened. And when you're not fit, then you start overthinking things.
So what do you think is going on with Salah then? Because Salah's not been performing. Do you think it literally is as simple as that he's not the main man anymore, so his head's dropped a little? Because Slot took him off today.
I just think Salah has played a lot of games over the last few years, and he's been the main man, and he's carried that pressure, and probably in the top 5 greatest ever Premier League players, in my opinion. I think it looked like it maybe have just caught up a little bit with him. There was obviously talk about him leaving. He signed a new deal. It wouldn't surprise me if in January, or maybe not January, in next summer, if he does leave the club. But listen, he's been absolutely, I've loved watching him, even though it's for Liverpool. Such a fantastic player, but I think it's probably just caught up. It does, and sometimes you don't want to admit it, and you don't feel it. It gets you, and the next thing you know, you're gone.
Where do they go from here then, Wayne? Liverpool?
Well, hopefully they keep slipping.
I didn't ask what you hoped for. I meant as your neutral. No, you're neutral. We've got two Waynes, haven't we? We've got the neutral pundit, or we've got the Man United fan. I was going for the neutral pundit then.
You'd like to think that without the manager, the players are calling a meeting and they're having a chat. That's what normally happens, and the leaders in there will be digging out a few players and themselves as well, because I think that's important that you show that accountability, and you try and have a fresh start to get back into a rhythm. I think that's definitely needed where they've been, and whether it happens, I don't know. But I'd imagine there'll be some sort of hard truths getting told amongst the players.
Well, if it continues like this, he's going to be spending Christmas with Ange Postecoglou.
And that, Kay, is the perfect segue into that. Wayne's got his head in his hands. 39 games he lasted, sacked in a 39-word statement. I think it was 18 minutes after full time. What did you make of it, Wayne?
It's crazy. I went in at Birmingham a little bit later than what Ange did to Forest, and I know it's difficult and you're trying to put your own philosophy on a team, and very similar actually. John Eustace was done brilliant with Birmingham, and it was their decision to sack him, and then I got approached and went in. What Birmingham wants to do was change the philosophy of how the team played, and from being a low block counter attack team to expansive possession team. And I didn't get the time obviously there, which I'm thankful, because didn't really enjoy my time there at all. But for Ange, I think he's a proven manager. The owners, for whatever reason, maybe fell out with Nuno, got rid of Nuno, so he brought Ange in. So you're thinking, okay, I'm doing, yet the results haven't been great, but it's to sack him after that many games, and I think there's a big ego thing going on there, and I think the owner is he's got to come out and explain it properly, not in the statement he gave, and I get it's his club, and but if I was a fan, you'd want to know, okay, what is going on here? Remember years ago we had it with Peter Johnson at Everton, then obviously recently with Bill Canwright and Macheri. Fans want to know what is going on with their club, and I think that's the problem now. There's so many foreign owners coming into English football. There seems to be a disconnect between ownership and fans, and fans don't really know what's going on, don't understand decisions which get made, and which the whole situation was strange. But then to sack him like that, and I felt for him. I seen him stood there on the pitch at the end of the game, and I really felt for him. I've been in that position. It's not easy. It's very difficult, and Ange knew when he stood on that pitch. He knew that was it. You could see it. You could see it in his facial expression. You could see what was going through his head, and I just think it's absolutely crazy. I don't know.
It's where does somebody like Ange go from here as well, though? That's the other thing. Because I mean,
I hope he has a holiday.
Well, yes.
Not because I don't want to see him managing.
Come over here, Ange. Come over here. Let's have a beer.
join Wayne up the log flume. No, but I just felt for him, because I just thought it was, like you said, Wayne, at full time. I mean, I've never been in that position, but on a human level, standing on the pitch, and then, I mean, they didn't make him do a post-match interview, did they? Because he was sacked before he actually did an interview. So maybe they.
Some of the players didn't even know. Some of the players had no clue as well. Like
I also thought Ryan Yates coming out, difficult situation. I know he's the captain, but to come out and speak about it.
Well, I've actually had a situation like that where after the Euros, after 2016, when we got knocked out to Iceland, and I don't think Roy spoke to the media, so I had to go out as captain, and we knew Roy was gone after that game, and he told us after the game.
Did he tell you in the dressing room?
Yeah, he knew that was it. So I think that he didn't want to speak to the media, and I went out and had to speak to all the media, and it was very difficult to do that, and knowing quite well it was a really bad result for us, and then you obviously got to fulfil your duties as captain, but it's really difficult. And I think what people forget is the human side of people. Ange's gone in there. Not the Forest fans have not taken to him at all from day one. He's gone in there, and yeah, people will say, "Oh, you'll get a payoff," and it's not that. It's personal pride, and people have got families, and then to be treated like that just because, I don't know what Forest are looking for. Champions League, they're nowhere near that level. They overachieved last season, and I think everyone knows that. And I think maybe they tried to run before they can walk, in my opinion.
Who next then? Because Sean Dyche is the front runner, and that makes sense. There's kind of a lot of Forest connections there. Roberto Mancini also linked as well. Quite different managers, Kay.
Do you know what? I would absolutely love to see Sean Dyche managing.
I'm so glad you said that. You put that in the WhatsApp, and I teed you up perfectly, and you went for it because I know you've been buzzing about that.
Was you speaking to him at the awards?
Yeah, I saw him at the Legends. He's listen, man. I want to see Dyche ball in the Europa League.
I hope he doesn't, because I want to see him on that dating show he appeared on. What was that one?
Oh gosh,
I want to see him back on that.
First dates.
Yeah, he appeared on one day. I was talking to him about it, actually. It was funny.
What did he say?
No, he just stumbled in there with his mates, and I think he was like having a bit of fun, and they asked him would he go on camera, so fair play to him. But
that's the kind of guy he is, isn't it?
I would like to see Dyche back, but then that shows you what's there's no plan at Forest. They've gone from Nuno to Ange, then if they go back to Dyche is a bit more conservative than what Ange is, and so what's the plan? It's spontaneous decisions getting made, and that can't be healthy for the players. Won't know what day it is, they won't know if they're coming or going, and that's the truth of it. So and what you want from your football club is some leadership, and I think that has to be questioned at the minute.
Okay, well, that is where we'll leave this show, because Kay, you've got a gig. Where are you tonight?
I'm in Birmingham at the Alexander Theatre.
Going to mention Man United winning? Do you think that'll go down well?
Probably not, but
just mention that you've just been on with me, and I said I actually had no enjoyment in Birmingham whatsoever. I lived in Solihull and didn't get to go out once.
Yeah, actually, maybe don't mention you're on the Wayne Rooney Show to your crowd there.
I don't even like the guy.
People are like, oh, he works with Wayne. No one will turn up.
It's going to get booed off. There's big photos of you outside the arena, isn't there?
Yeah, just a couple.
Celeb.
Just a couple. Like today, there's a couple photos outside the venue, but yeah.
You're so humble,
tomorrow.
Playing it down.
Well, yeah, no. I'm on a podcast with Wayne Rooney. I know where I stand. So.
And Wayne, you mentioned you're in Dubai. Is that your birthday holiday?
No, I'm actually coaching tomorrow morning. Coaching kids all week. I think there's about 75 to 100 kids, I think.
Imagine that, being coached by Wayne Rooney in Dubai. That's the life, isn't it?
So yeah, and then Mike Owens the following week. So
are you going to cross over?
Yeah, no, I'll still be here with Michael. So I'm gonna wait and watch him coach and heckle him.
Maybe you can have that debate about who was the better at 18.
No, hopefully I get to see Michael while he's here. And, but yeah, no, it's good fun. The kids really enjoy it. They come over. We have a couple of hours each day. It's hot. It is. I have to wear my cap. It's very hot, but the kids enjoy it. So yeah,
we should have got you some sunscreen for your birthday. That's where we missed the trick.
But I was on a boat this morning, 9 o'clock this morning. My 9-year-old fishing. He wanted to go fishing, so I took him out on a boat fishing for 3 hours and caught nothing. And
apart from sunburn.
Got burnt, and yeah, it was a long morning. So, but we'll go back out this week and try and get something for him.
Well, enjoy the rest of your holiday, Kay. I hope tonight goes well. We have actually recorded a 40th birthday special with Wayne. Watch it just to see him squirm at some of the surprises that we had.
I thought that died, to be honest.
Don't tell anymore. There were some lovely words about you in the show, wasn't there?
Because I'm still here, I am here.
Next time we'll do a roast. We'll do like a special comedy roast for you next time.
Oh, I thought you meant a dinner.
Yeah, to be fair, I prefer that as well. Yeah, we'll have a good one, guys. That episode for Wayne's 40th birthday party with special guests will be dropping on Friday, and as always, you can watch all of the episodes of the Wayne Rooney Show on the BBC Sport YouTube and iPlayer, and you can listen on BBC Sounds.